Hey guys, welcome to the first edition of Real Home Studio in 2017. I trust you had a great Christmas and a happy new year. I've been away for a few weeks sorting things out which kind of happen around this time of year, and I had 2 colds and laryngitis, so I had a well-earned break for a few weeks, but I'm very happy to be back. I've got a few cool things coming up in the pipeline. I've been working on a series called In 60 Seconds, which is going to be looking at some mostly free third-party plugins just in a minute, as you might guess, and also just these are all going to be plugins which I've used a fair amount of. I've had a tried and tested experience of using them, and just showing you some of the applications which I've found them really useful. And like I say, most of those are free plugins, so that's coming up really shortly. I'm also doing a gear review on German retail gear giant Thoman's DP26. Which is a stage piano which I bought last year. It's the cheapest stage piano I could find in the world on the net, and Thomann have put their name to it, and a few other brands have as well. But they're all kind of the same, coming out of a Chinese factory somewhere in China. But it's useful and relevant to talk about it for a home studio application, because it also has MIDI out and can work as a full-size weighted piano. You can use, you can use any MIDI application for, but obviously it's fantastic to use in the studio with a MIDI plugin. I've been running it with XLN's Addictive Keys, and it just sounds and feels phenomenal. So I'm going to be having a look at that a bit later in January, and also having a look at Behringer's super cheap 4-channel headphone amplifier, which I've just dug out again and been using as I've been doing had a few projects which I've needed tracking for. Anyway, that's all coming up, but what I wanted to share with you first of all for my first video was my best buy in 2016, which should hopefully be along the title, and I've left a link as well below so you can follow the link and buy this if you choose to for under £5. I believe it was about £4.29, something like that. And honestly, this thing is absolutely fantastic. If I hadn't bought this thing, I think quite a few of the recordings which I've been working on recently just wouldn't have happened. And what it is this: it's this DJ, you can see good, DJ scissor desk clamp here, which you can just fit your condenser mic onto, and it just clamps. I'm not sure if you can see right down there, but it just clamps. It's got a soft rubber fitting, and then it's got like a mic stand attachment. Just clamps straight onto your desk, and you can move it high enough to track to do vocals standing up, or you can move it low enough and spin the mic around if you so wish to record acoustic guitars. And it's not the most ideal thing, obviously, because ideally you go and have a vocal booth. I've actually got sort of a booth and a walk-in wardrobe on this side of the room, which is really cool, sounds really good, but a lot of the time, if I'm totally honest, in a home studio, setting up the mic stand, getting the mics up, checking the attachment, and then leaving it up all day, gets in my wife's way, gets in my son's way, it gets in my way, it's just annoying, there's not enough space. And a lot of home studios have the same problem, where even if you're in a small space, if you've got a separate room, there's not too much room to set stuff up. I think this thing is absolutely fantastic, because particularly for things when I'm doing backing vocals, I can just track them in, punch them in, and be doing both jobs at once, and it's minimum fuss, and I can just leave the thing plugged in. Of course, it's really good for doing screencasting as well, and it's kind of handy for a bunch of applications. For under £5, I think this thing is an absolute bargain. Like I say, some projects wouldn't have even got off the ground because I just couldn't be bothered to set things up, and this does happen. And I've got a lot of friends who say the same thing, that sometimes recording songs doesn't happen because they just can't face getting all the stuff out. So this is kind of one way to eliminate that, and always have your mic set up and ready right in front of you. Okay, and it's out of the way. Excellent. So that's under £5, I think, and I strongly recommend you go ahead and go and buy yourself one. You can even get it in your favourite colour. I think it's about 8 different choices of colours. Okay, so that's it for me. It was a really short one on Real Home Studio today, and we've got some really cool things, as I mentioned, coming up. So I hope to be seeing you very soon. If you're enjoying the videos, and please do subscribe up at realhomestudio.com, get yourself a free ebook, or follow me here on YouTube. Have a great day.